Hello everyone. Well, let's talk more specifically about your course policies and assignments that you will need to complete and the grade structure. So once again, my name is Dr. Bordina and I will be your instructor for this course, and I hope you have a syllabus in front of you. It will make a lot more sense if you follow this syllabus when you're watching this orientation video. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna try to figure that out. Okay, good. So this is the grading categories that you're going to have in this course. So you're going to work on the book quizzes, lecture notes, homework, and discussions. Each one of those categories is 10% of your grade, and you also have 2 exams, midterm exam and the final exam. Those are not cumulative, so your midterm is going to be over the first, I believe, 7 chapters of your book, and your final exam is going to be over the last 6 chapters of your book. And your midterm is going to take place from October 14th to 17th, and final is from December 9th to 12th. And we'll talk about each one of these things separately. Okay, general policies. Most of the assignments are going to be due Monday at 11 p.m. All of the deadlines are already posted on D2L. D2L allows you to set text messages that will remind you about upcoming assignments, but also on Monday morning, you usually will receive an email unless something happens, but usually I send out email on Monday morning reminding you to finish up the assignments. Ideally, I would prefer you to work on those assignments before Monday when they're due. So if you have any questions, you can clarify them with me beforehand. But on Monday morning, in case you have not completed everything yet, I will send you another reminder telling you that you still have assignments to complete. One thing to pay attention to is that the lowest score for each assignment category will be dropped. What does it mean? Well, I'm not allowing you to make up any work if you miss the deadline for any reason, but it's not the end of the world. If you miss one quiz, there's nothing to worry about because that quiz is not going to count towards your final grade. So if you miss a quiz for whatever reason, or lecture notes assignment, or any other assignment, do not worry about it. Also, please do not ask me to extend the deadline for you because I know you will, and I'm going to tell you no. So just take this policy as it is. If you miss assignment for any reason, it's going to be dropped from the calculation of your total grade. Also, if you don't get a good grade on one of the assignments, it's also not the end of the world because that assignment, if it's your lowest, will be dropped from the calculations. Of course, if you miss the very first assignment, you have to make sure that you complete all of the rest of the assignments, so your grade is as high as it possibly can be. Just a reminder that all of the assignments in this course must be your individual work. Copying the answers from another student is considered to be cheating. So once again, please don't do this. It's not fair to you, your peers. And if I find out about cheating, students will be those students will suffer the academic consequences. So let's talk about each one of these assignments in more detail. So as I said previously, you will have to read the Naked Economics book by Charles Whelan. Every single week you will be required to read one chapter, with few exceptions, but some weeks you will have to, I believe, not have a chapter, and maybe one week you will have to read a chapter not in the whole week but in 5 days instead of the whole week. There is a quiz for every chapter that you read. I want to make sure that you read in the chapter, so there is a quiz for every chapter that you're going to read. All of those reading quizzes are provided on D2L. They're strictly based on the book. Once you read the book, you take the quiz. That counts as your reading book quiz. To help you to get through the book, I posted such things that I call reading guides. You are not required to use those reading guides. They're posted on D2L, but you're not required to use them or submit them you're more than welcome to, but they're not going to affect your grade in any way. But what I know from my experience is that students who complete those reading guides usually get better grades on the reading quizzes. So use them to help yourself to do well on the quiz. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Also, if you ever have any questions, please ask me ahead of time. So if you're trying to clarify things after the fact, after you took the quiz, I'll be more than happy to explain why you missed this or that point. But if you want to check with me some answers beforehand, if you're not sure about something, you're more than welcome to do that. Also, please pay attention. Sometimes you will have the fill-in-blank questions, and let's say the answer is 3 of something. And if you write the number 3, and my answer has the 3 written as a word, D2L would not count it as a right answer. There's nothing to worry about it. All the fill-in-blank questions and all the short answer questions are regraded by me. So if you think you missed the points before because D2L did not count it right, do not worry. I will manually grade that question and you will get the grade that you deserve. Lectures and lecture notes. So first thing I want you to do is to read the book and take the reading quiz. After you've done that, you will have to move to the lectures. So for each chapter, you will have 3 or 4 short lecture videos, similar to videos like this, where using PowerPoints, I will explain the concept that we're covering that particular week. So I want you to watch those videos, and more importantly, I want you to take notes just as if you were sitting in a classroom. So for that reason, I posted things called lecture notes on D2L. So you need to download them from the Dropbox folder. Then you have to fill in your notes and post them again on D2L so I can grade them. So you can either type or handwrite your notes. From my experience, students that handwrite on those notes do much, much better in class than students that type the notes. There's something about writing that makes you remember the concepts better. If you choose to handwrite your notes, your options are either to scan your notes and then upload them to D2L, or if you don't have a scanner available, you can take a picture of your notes. Everyone has a picture camera, a phone now. So you can just take the picture of your notes and then submit them online. If you want to type your notes, that's fine too. Just make sure to save the file and upload it to D2L. Check your uploaded files, because we've noticed several times that for some reason the uploaded file is just the blank file. So make sure to check it once you upload it. So it's definitely something that you completed is being uploaded and not the blank lecture notes. Also, I wanted to warn you from the very beginning that a lot of lecture notes will have graphs in them and examples and other things. So just because you don't know how to draw the graph in Microsoft Word doesn't mean that you should not have a graph. So when you watch the lectures, make sure to complete your notes fully, meaning that all the information that's provided to you in the lectures should be in your lecture notes. Basically, your lecture notes should be good enough for you to read through them and study for the class assignments. So make sure to take care of your lecture notes and have them fully completed before you submit them. Homework. So once you read the book, once you watched lecture videos and completed lecture notes, that's when you move into the homework. Homework is also in the form of the quizzes, and those quizzes are going to be based on your video lectures. So please do not try to complete homework before you watch video lectures. A lot of homework questions are going to be multiple choice questions, and some of them are going to be short answer questions, or a few times they're going to be long answer questions. So all of those short and long answer questions will be graded by me manually. So if you don't get the good grade right after submitting it, it's because D2L automatically assigns 0 to the short and long answer questions. Do not worry about those. Those will be graded later. Also, in the homework assignments, you're going to have 2 attempts on those quizzes, homework quizzes. For the book quizzes, you only have one attempt because all the answers are already in the book. For homework, where you have to think a little bit more, you will have 2 attempts, and the average of those 2 attempts is going to be become your grade. So if you type your answer for the short answer question, you have to type something if you decide to take a second try, because if you don't, I can't assign a grade to the empty space. So I will see your both attempts right next to each other, so make sure just type the same answer or something like that, so I assign the grade to both attempts. Because if you write everything fully first attempt and don't write anything in the second attempt and I don't grade it, your grade automatically is going to be lowered. So make sure to type your short answer question both attempts, or just write same answer if you don't want to change anything. Okay. Discussions. For the discussions, you're going to have 6 graded discussion topics in which you will require to post your own post like your response to the topic discussed, and read others' comments and make substantive comments on the post of other students. You also will be required to actively participate in the discussion, and that includes reading other comments, checking the discussion post several times a week, and things like that. So your initial post must be we're only going to have 6 of those discussions, and the deadlines for those already posted online. So make sure not to participate in the discussion way too early in the semester, because each discussion topic is assigned for the particular chapter. So I want you to complete the chapter first and then participate in the discussion. So in order to encourage participation, I'm going to require you to participate initially in the discussion post by Friday at 11 p.m. so that way other students will be able to read your post and post the comments by Monday at 11 p.m. If you post your discussion post later, that's fine, but you will lose some participation points. So if, let's say, for whatever reason you didn't have a chance to participate in the discussion by Friday and you did this on Saturday or Sunday morning, you don't have to notify me. I will see automatically when you participated, but you will lose the participation point. The reason why I'm asking you to do this by Friday is if I just post one deadline for the discussion, and deadline is Monday at 11 p.m., many students choose to participate on Monday at 10 p.m. And in that way, many other students who wanted to participate actively in the discussion do not have opportunities to read your discussions board. So make sure to post your initial post before Friday at 11 p.m. and all the comments can be done by Monday at 11 p.m. You also encouraged to participate in 2 non-graded discussion topics. Please read those very carefully. They're all posted in the, I believe, orientation module in your D2L. Those are not for not required discussion post, but if you have any questions for me, or if you have any questions for your classmates that you think the whole class can benefit from reading the answer to that question, please make sure to utilize those non-graded discussion posts. Those are for you guys to clarify some information or maybe to learn something extra from the material that we covered. Okay, exams. This is going to be the one of the most important things and one of the most confusing things. So college, business, and university nowadays requires that all of the exams be proctored, meaning that we need to ensure the integrity